What's up, YouTube? I'm Z, and this channel shows you the world through my lens. So I am starting with the interview since that just came out, and then I will be doing until I return for the end of the week. I'm going to try my best to have it out Friday, but just to be safe, be prepared that it might come Saturday or Sunday as well. But the goal is to get it out Friday. So I am starting with the interview. The album is still coming. Don't worry. For those of you that are like, oh my gosh, when's the album coming? It's coming. And then I see all the comments. Lost Files. It was very close, but Lost Files is going to come out next week. So as I've said before, guys, I think sometimes when I release like the list of what album is next, people feel like it's the end of the world because it's not the album that they want. I've already committed that I will do his entire discography. So even if it's not this week or next week, it's coming. But Lost Files is next week, so just hang tight. It's coming. But right now, I'm really excited to get to this one. This is from Bootleg Kev. They released that kind of shorter interaction. It was like 15, 16 minutes or something last week. And then apparently this was like their full 1 hour sit down. So it says down here, YoungBoy on fatherhood, personal growth, therapy, and more. I'm excited to see more of kind of like healthy YoungBoy. Hopefully it's a continuation of what we saw in the last video. Yeah, let's get into it. I'm excited.
Hey, this interview's...
I said this yesterday. I want to stop saying so much. Okay, the rest of this video, I'm not going to say If you catch me now in the rest of the video saying or call me out. I got this. Here we go.
Is brought to you by our good folks at Imperial Extractions, ladies and gentlemen. Now check this out. If you want a free 2-gram pre-roll delivered right to your door, they got you. Go get a free 2-gram THCA diamond-infused pre-roll with any order right now. We're talking about 1.5 grams of top shelf flower and 0.5 gram of pure THCA diamonds. ImperialExtraction.com. Promo code Bootleg, and you're going to get this for free.
I'm letting this run because they were really nice. They removed the copyright claim for our video, which I really appreciate. So, almost said it.
Delivered right to your door. Let's get to the interview.
What's your favorite Disney movie of all time?
The Little Vampire.
Oh, you talking about, I don't know, The Little Vampire. Transylvania?
It's kind of old. It's about the kids. I think he stays in Switzerland or some shit. And the little...
It's a Disney movie?
I watched it on Disney when I was little.
Oh, shit. So we're like far apart in age?
He's talking about, I think I know what he's talking about. It's not a cartoon. It's that, I remember this one. I remember this movie.
Well, not too far. 12 years. I don't age myself too much, but when I was growing up, it was Lion King, Aladdin, Toy Story.
Yeah.
Those were the ones.
Wait, so Toy Story that old?
Oh, yeah. Thanks, buddy.
Damn. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize, man. No disrespect.
No, it's all good. I'm old as fuck. I get it. I'm washed, man. Yeah, Toy Story's that old. The first one, at least. What's up? How's the bread?
Whatever age you is. So, no.
Do you wanna wear the hat? The first Toy Story came out probably when I was like, I want to say like 8 years old, maybe 9. So it's definitely old school, but I don't know.
First Toy Story is goated. Third Toy Story, I think, made a lot of people cry.
You got it? Go put it on, man. Show everybody my fucked up hair.
You been a bully.
He's fine. Babies are gonna baby, man. For you, man,
Facts.
Talk about fatherhood and how, obviously you do have a lot of children. Yeah. And I've been around you to see in a short amount of time that you're a great father. How important is fatherhood to you, man?
Not really big on it, to be honest.
What do you mean by that? You're not big on it? Like you're a family man. I'm here with you. I see it.
Yeah, but I'm only out. I'm only like in here because you here.
Oh, well, I don't believe you.
It's a crazy topic because I'm not the type like to sugarcoat nothing. But I'm 4 walls. all day, every day.
When you say four walls, you mean locked in?
Yeah.
Just honed in on the music, recording?
Yeah.
You can take the hat. I don't mind.
We bond a lot, but I'm mostly literally inside.
Working.
No. No matter if I'm watching TV, I'm just sitting there all day. I'm stuck inside just one room. I don't really travel this house like that.
So even in your own home, you'll be stuck in one room.
Man, I don't know. Like
If he wants the hat, he can take the
man,
hat.
Jason is dude.
Let him take the hat. He wants it. He can have it. So even at home, I mean, obviously we're in a beautiful house right now. You have a beautiful home. You'll still kind of just stick to one room in the house.
Yeah.
What do you think? Why is that? You think, man?
I don't know. I would say I'm like I wouldn't say I'm going through a lot. I'm just me.
Do you find yourself? You know, I've heard you refer to the music as therapy.
I wonder if the word maybe that he's trying to, like maybe, and I remember in, I want to say the Angela Yee interview, I pointed this out. And it was, I think, one of the first interviews I did of his or reacted to, that he came across like very timid and reserved. And I remember something about like, how like when he makes the music, it's like, you know, him like transforming like Clark Kent to Superman, right? Like that's kind of the feeling I got. And I wonder if that's kind of what he's like trying to say. He's like, it's not that I'm going through stuff, I'm just me. And maybe he's describing or trying to describe like being an introvert. Like he doesn't crave like needing to go and do things or whatever. And maybe that's just where he's at. I don't know.
I'm gonna need this hat actually because this is bright. Do you feel like being alone in your thoughts is a form of therapy for you?
It's kind of my way of staying sane.
Being by yourself, being secluded, relaxing. Is it watching TV? Is it writing? Is it?
I don't do no writing. Yeah, watching TV or playing a video game.
What is your go-to movie, TV show? Like, what about TV shows? Like, what are you watching? What are you binge watching? What's the way
I want to know this.
Man, I'm boring.
So what do you watch?
Nothing but old shit.
What's old to you? Because what's old to you might be...
Like, I watch The Sopranos.
Greatest, maybe top 2 show ever.
I watched The Godfather just back to back.
All 3? Mm-hmm. Third one's the worst one, right? I think it's like one.
It's kind of the best to see his growth, but you learn that like it kind of give you the thought of that's why you need to stay dangerous.
That's true.
That's why you need to stay dangerous.
That was very interesting because I think general public may share what Kev's opinion was, but then you get this opinion from somebody who comes from a hard background and doing some of these activities, and the perspective was very different, like how you perceive it. That was dope.
So you love Sopranos.
Yeah.
What about Breaking Bad? Did you ever watch Breaking Bad?
Oh yeah, I watched that with my wife. A couple episodes. Probably, yeah, a couple episodes. I like it.
Breaking Bad's crazy. The Wire's another one. If you love Sopranos.
I watched The Wire too.
Did you finish it?
Yeah, I watched it twice. The whole every season.
Me too. I just rewatched it when the pandemic first started. I showed my wife, and it made me realize, like, I don't know, it just got better the second watch. Like Omar Little has got to be one of the greatest like TV characters ever.
I've actually never watched The Wire.
Like, who was your favorite character on The Wire?
Bodie.
Bodie, man. The story of Bodie, man. Shout out to Bodie. And he lasted so long in the show, too.
Yeah, he just ain't catch his cut at the right time.
He didn't, man. That's real. I feel like somebody should do, it could be you, anybody should do a song from the perspective of Bodie. Like, I think that would be crazy. Because, Bodie he hung around. He survived for so long in that show.
He had it hard, too. It was fucking over on bad.
For sure. That's dope, man. So The Wire is my favorite show of all time. What about video games? What are you playing right now?
Watch Dogs,
Love Watch Dogs.
Red Dead, and Madden.
No,
Red Dead
okay.
Redemption is amazing. We were talking earlier about it when you were on your horse, but if you're on Madden, what squad are you picking this year?
I've been running with the Dolphins a lot.
Tyreek Hill is a cheat code, right?
Yeah, that team is like strictly speed on offense.
My son.
Guys, I have a confession to make. I used to play FIFA, Madden, 2K. I don't know how many of you are old enough, but back when NBA Live was a thing, I used to play all of those things. I said, you heard that right? I know someone's going to comment that down below. Okay, come on. You can do this. I was about to do it again. It's so hard. But I stopped playing those games because I would get too upset. And like the moment I played, either whether it was one of my friends or one of my cousins, or the worst thing was you get matched up with somebody online that's just like way, way better than you, and you're just pissed. I couldn't deal with it. I had to cut it off. So it's been a while since I played those games.
Son murders me with Tyreek Hill every single time.
It's kind of hard to guard.
He's like the wide receiver Mike. So back in the day, Mike Vick, when he was in Madden,
Cheat code.
Mike Vick was kind of the cheat code in Madden.
What's
up, man?
Yo, Mike Vick was a cheat code.
And I feel like Tyreek Hill this year is the cheat code. Get a high five?
No.
High five? Yeah. Man, I miss having a 1-year-old. My son's 18. My son just turned 18. I got a little grown ass man.
That's his favorite word.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, pound it. There we go.
Yeah.
That's cute.
You're learning your words. You want the hat again? You can have it for a sec. It's bright though.
Hey, what up, y'all? I'm excited because I'm going to be flying to Tampa to DJ the Odd Sox holiday party next week. And of course, as y'all know, Odd Sox are OG sponsors, our family, the most comfortable socks in the world. Want to give much love to Odd Sox for always holding us down at the Bootleg Podcast. Now, it is the holiday season. There ain't nothing like getting you a pair of Odd Socks for your loved one, getting some underwear, getting a hat, whatever you're into, they got it at oddsocksofficial.com. Promo code Bootleg, save 20% off. 20% off at checkout right now. All the licenses, WW underwear. Yeah, there we go. Use the promo socks.
Sorry, I was trying to let it play, but I've mentioned this before on the channel. When it kind of goes, this might be like a 1-minute spot. Yo, they better be paying him good for a 1-minute spot. Man, I've said this before. If my channel gets to the size where companies are interested in sponsoring or paying to like have bits, I'll take the smaller paycheck for like, you're getting 5 seconds. I'll be like, whatever this is, King Palm socks. They're really good. I wear them every day. That's 5 seconds. Gone. Let's go.
KingPalm.com.
You see the brightness? Oh, thank you for putting it back on my head. You're so polite. Thank you. Okay. I wonder, man, like, when we think of like Mount Rushmore of this rap shit, and like I told you earlier, you've kind of done something that not a lot of people have done, and you've been extremely successful in a very shallow business. Without being, kind of sticking to your beliefs, sticking to who you are the whole time. Are you kind of like self-aware to realize that like you are on the Mount Rushmore of like this hip hop shit that lasts like 10 years. Like, you are like up there. You are the Pac of our generation for so many people.
I never seen them said, so it's like I got a long ways to go. I don't know, I just want to go into they said, and it's molded.
But who's they?
The industry.
Fuck.
You know what the industry is? That's the people.
And they won't say it.
I think so many people say it. Now, whether or not they're people who put together these end-of-the-year rap lists and these quote-unquote tastemakers, you have so many people, real people, going to work every day, taking care of their kids every day who say it. To me, that's the shit that matters.
I be wanting a regular job sometime. Like a construction company. Or I just sit in the office every day, just all day.
Just relax, be a regular person.
Yeah.
So if you could do any sort of regular job, it'd be having a construction company?
Yeah.
Could you ever see yourself retiring? Is that even something you're 24 years old. You have, I don't even know how many albums at this point. A lot.
I just want to mention to this point, I kind of wanted to let it run because he started talking about having like a regular job, but I think one of the reasons that the industry wouldn't say that about him is this particular thing that Kev kind of just mentioned. Like, you have a lot of albums. And I think I said this when he dropped Decided To. No, not Decided To. I said this after Decided To. He released a single. I can't remember. Was it Run, maybe? And I just felt like he just released like all of those songs from that album. And then immediately goes and releases this. And as a fan, someone who literally listens to like albums of his now, you know, it's pretty cool. Like, a year ago, I didn't know who he was. It sometimes feels like it's too much, because I think when you put out that quantity of work, quality control becomes very challenging. Think about any business. When a business is small and you can control every aspect of it, you can have better quality. But the moment you try to scale up and you're like, let's do more work, let's do more jobs, the quality control goes, because now you can't monitor every single bit of it. And I think it's the same thing here. When you're putting out that many songs, quality control becomes challenging. And I think that might be one of the things that hurts like the public opinion in terms of industry. But I do also want to say that the industry 99% of the time gets it wrong and doesn't give flowers to the people that actually deserve them. So
Could you ever see yourself, like, do you have thoughts about what happens after rap?
I'm kind of set on going to jail right now, so I don't really think about too much.
Hey, you want me to put you over here? When you say you're set on going to jail, what do you mean? Like going back? Like, you think that that's just in your fate?
I guess that was my life. I don't let it bother me or no shit like that. You create the bed, you make the bed you lay. Yeah.
So that's kind of where your head's at when you think of the future. Still. That's interesting, because I do think, shout out to Donnie Brasco that's on too right now. Shout out to Al Pacino, all-time GOAT. Well, I think that you are somebody who has an immeasurable amount of influence and moreover power when it comes to this rap shit. Like, I had this conversation, are you familiar with the artist named Lil Russell?
Lil Russell?
He's from Oakland. He does concerts in his backyard. Independent kid. Whoa. Okay, but we were talking about it yesterday, and I was like, there's a few artists.
This kid reminds me of my son, but this kid is like calmer than my son. This is the crap my kid gets up to every single day. Like, we just take turns like diving towards the couch or diving because he's just going head first and like, oh my God.
Artists in this game.
I don't know who Lil Russell is.
Who, if they went independent, could break the music industry and really kind of expose it, right? And you were one of those names. I think it's you, I think it's Drake, I think it's The Weeknd, who really have the power to kind of like shift the industry. You've already done it in such a way, especially when it comes to YouTube. But, you know, you're one of them, bro. You're him, bro. Like, you know, I think you definitely have a future outside of ending up back in jail.
Hey, I real life hate this shit.
You real life hate.
This shit take a toll on me,
Yeah.
my wife.
Your kids. Just the music industry. Being famous.
Just, I wouldn't blame it on the industry. It's all about how you go about it, and I'm not that strong.
That's important to be self-aware about, man.
I cry a lot, literally.
Yo, man. I'm so mad at myself. I can do this. Really respect the fact that he just said that, because in a male dominant industry, in a male dominant world, period, the expectations of manly men, to be so strong, untouchable, unbreakable, feel no emotions, that's just not real. So for a lot of us that maybe also feel that pressure to be tough, to see somebody being vulnerable, I want to say as a guy, as a man, that I appreciate that a lot, because it validates the feelings that we all feel, but sometimes don't allow ourselves to feel, or allow ourselves to feel like it's okay that that's how we're feeling. I respect this a lot, and I just said again.
But I'm at a point I know it's okay. Like my wife, I don't know, bro.
How much therapy have you tried to go to? I know we talked earlier you've gone to rehab, but therapy is an important tool in anyone's box, not just yours, but anybody's box, you know, to kind of deal with some. I mean, not everyone's as strong as we try to portray ourselves to be.
I tried it when I was 18. It was court ordered, and I finished it.
Yeah, I think the court ordered shit's different though, you know? Like, I think you could have, you remember, listen, you're a Sopranos guy. Remember Tony had a therapist?
Yeah.
You remember that?
I thought that shit was gonna get him killed before I actually finished the show.
For sure.
Yeah.
But Tony went to therapy,
I love
man, and
that.
it helped him deal with so much, because, you know, I always say this, like, for whatever reason, men in this world, we're not allowed to, society doesn't, they frown upon us being hurt. They frown upon us having feelings. We're supposed to hold it together. We're supposed to hold down the kids. We're supposed to hold down our wives. We're supposed to pay the bills. And I feel like if you're the head of your household, if you're the head of your crew, if you're the leader, who do you talk to if you're going through some shit? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Do you have that person, or do you just internalize it, put it out through the music?
I don't even love music to that point no more where I run to the microphone. And no, I don't got that person to talk to.
I think everybody should find that person. I think you should try to go back to therapy, man. Because
I have it on this Saturday.
oh, you do? Okay. You got to be able to talk to somebody who doesn't already have kind of like their mind made up about you, or who can't benefit off you. You know what I'm saying? So you can kind of get like you can kind of bare your soul to somebody. So.
Mom, hey, I can smoke a cigarette in here? I can smoke a cigarette right here? I don't give a fuck about this. I'm trying to move in the middle of the water, kid.
Middle of the water?
Mm-hmm.
Island?
No. Like,
You want to be on a boat?
yeah.
Nice.
What?
And the only way you come to me if the helicopter fly off that bitch and grab you and come back.
I like that.
Yo, that sounds super sick. But that took me out. I was like, What does he mean? He wants to live in the middle of the water. But this is kind of reinforcing that introvert isolationism like mindset. I think that's how he sees himself. That's where he's comfortable. He's kind of like showing that reclusive, timid side of himself. That took me out. It also took me out that he was yelling to ask for permission to smoke. Yeah, man. And I just, yeah.
Like lately, I want to live on the water. But I really like this bitch. Like, God, man, this bitch ain't even my playground.
Right.
Like, I have my own get shit like that. Other than that, like,
Yeah.
I don't travel this house.
That's crazy, man. So for you, like, because for people who don't know, you're very secluded where you are. When you say Gravedigger Mountain, like we're literally, there's a mountain. You have a mountain. It's your mountain. But for you, like,
That's so cool too, I gotta say, because they were talking about how it's like 88 acres. I think the interview with Wallow and Gilly the kid, right? That's his name? I think so. That's so
secluding
dope.
yourself even more is interesting. Just getting the houseboat, getting a yacht. Hey, if you want to see me, these are my coordinates. Pull up on a helicopter, we ain't talking.
I told my wife that last night. She asked me how I eat.
Fish.
I say fish. She said you can't eat fish all day.
Yeah, you can.
I said I get some food shipped to me, I guess.
Yeah, you would have to, somebody would have to boat it to you. But that's not, I mean, I don't think that's unrealistic. Are you?
Not when you have
like,
his kind of money.
Hey, you could tell that I was smoke, like Dodo smoke. Cover this part. I was like,
No, I could tell, yeah. For sure. This is the first time you smoked in this part of the house?
man, actually, when I was looking for my clothes, looking for this suit earlier, man, I walked out that fucking studio smoking a cigarette, and I had to keep that door open.
How long have you smoked?
I've been smoking cigarettes since I was 7 years old.
What?
My dad was like that.
What? Yo, man, we gotta sign a joint letter as his fan base to convince him to quit. That's not good, man.
I've been smoking cigarettes since I was 7 years old.
Damn. My dad was like that. My dad tells everybody I've been smoking since I was 8. You want me to give this shit up? My dad got arrested when he was 9.
And I think
He tried to burn down his
my
house.
goddad, I think this nigga ran away from the army. Well, he can't, you know how you get a home pass, I guess?
Yeah.
And that motherfucker ran away to New Orleans, because he didn't want to go back. So I guess during the time, like, as he was at the house, I used to be watching that nigga smoking cigarettes, and every time he throw that bitch, I go grab
You
it.
grab it and you smoke what was left?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I did that one time. My dad threw a cigarette down. I was probably like 7. And I remember I picked that bitch up, I took a hit, and I was coughing so much I threw up. And my mom was like, see? That's what the fuck you get, picking up a fucking cigarette. And ever since then, I was out on it, man. I was out on it.
I just want to be better than yesterday.
It's important, man.
I know. And if I get this certain amount of money and run and go away, I would.
So for you, your interest, like, it's almost like if I can get to this certain goal, whatever it may be, you're comfortable with just disappearing.
For sure. Once all this behind me, move to Europe or some shit.
Once the legal stuff is out of your way,
Yeah,
we might
just
not hear from you.
all this put behind me. Oh, you gonna hear from me.
But we don't know where you are.
I think you always know where I'm at too.
Okay. It's been what, 3 years now since?
You know what's interesting about him? How he has like different times in his career. He has different places that represent getting away from his current like ailments and troubles. And remember at once upon a time he was talking about like LA, and that was him wanting to escape from Louisiana, Baton Rouge. And now it's like the states kind of represents, obviously with all these cases against him, the states kind of represent the thing that he wants to get away from. So now he said Europe is that place. Very interesting.
So you've been dealing with the current situation, almost 3?
Yeah.
Is it wearing on you yet, man? I'm sure at times it's got to be tough to kind of just feel confined. I mean, obviously you have a nice place, but it's still...
Yeah, but I got it better than so many people.
For sure. Who are stuck in their apartment, who are stuck...
Or stuck inside a fucking city going to the club every weekend.
Yeah, the club, man.
Interesting
I
you
don't
said
get
that.
it anymore.
I got everybody to approve who I love and who I like to be around.
That's important.
They come when I call.
Mm-hmm.
I don't wake up in no cell.
No, you have a beautiful property, man.
Yeah.
You got beautiful animals, you got beautiful children, your wife's here. I mean, you got it made, man.
Hey, we literally could hit that trail and go all the way behind this mountain.
Hey, we got to stop the interview real quick, man. Shout out to our family at MyBookie. NFL season is winding down. You still got some regular bookie dollars. That code at all. One more this. Get over at ingredient month. Shoot out doorstep.
See, like,
$5 in shipping.
it's crazy to see, like, the things that, like, your environment changes you, it teaches you things. Like, for you, like, do you feel like you've kind of adopted, like, being like an outdoorsman a bit? Because I feel like you got to kind of embrace nature if
I
you're going
want
to
to
be
really get into it. Like, I want to learn how to fill my backpack up on my own, go up in the mountains, start a fire, cook something, eat it, come back.
Like, survive.
Yeah.
You ever watch those shows on Netflix where they're naked and they have to survive in the middle of nowhere?
I glanced at them a couple times.
It's intriguing because you'll see how they start fires. You'll see how they'll catch fish. So you might, that might be a nice little side mission for you, just to kind of, hey, we're gonna go to the forest for a day. We're gonna camp. We're gonna catch our food.
He should reach out to, because there's like huge YouTubers. This is like a big category on YouTube of people who like film themselves doing this. He should reach out to some of them and maybe they could get like a really cool collab video.
I had a bobcat jump out on us up there one day.
A bobcat? What happened? Did it run off?
Man, that bitch tried to get to the can now. That bitch literally tried to run into it. It was me and Lil Dump.
Did it run off? Did it survive?
I even looked to see where it went. All we seen was it covered out the bushes
I'd be
and I
worried
kept forward.
I'd be worried about bears, bro. Have you seen any bears up here?
No. I really think I saw a big print before.
So those bears are the ones, because they'll come in the house to look for food.
I hope that don't never happen.
Have you ever watched that Leonardo DiCaprio movie, Revenant, where he gets attacked by a bear from behind and he just gets fucking destroyed?
No.
It made me...
That's what he won his Oscar for, right? Which, by the way, I mean, of all the Leo performances, that one, like, he was literally grunting and crawling on the floor the whole time. I mean, I feel like there was a few others that deserved that. I feel like it was kind of just like okay, we should have given it to you a long time ago, so we're going to give it to you now. But I was just going to say, this is probably the worst house for a bear to show up at. Like, this dude's got security armed to the teeth. Like, that bear's done.
Me scared of bears forever. I'm an animal guy. I would like to pet a bear one day.
I'm scared of their speed.
Yeah.
Ain't no getting away from this bitch.
The speed and the force.
Ain't no getting away, man.
Man, nah, for sure, dude. I just think it's been
fast like a go-kart.
I just think it's been dope, like, to kind of see how you've been able to do so much from here. You've done so much since you've gotten out and since you've been in your current situation.
That kind of would make me second guess a lot, though. I was blessed to get a bond and to be able to be put in this position.
For sure.
So I be saying to myself, like, bruh, if I do this, I'm fucked up. You see how they going about me now? So I'm pretty sure if I do anything, like, just against my probation, that's my ass.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, man. They're on top of you for sure. You're definitely, and that's just gotta be stressful. Because at all times, you know, you're kind of under a microscope.
It kind of make you do right.
It forces you to maybe not make certain decisions you would have made. Do you think it works?
Yeah.
Do you feel like once all this is behind you, you're going to the same output we're getting? Is that something that we're going to continue to get? Are you going to tour the country? Your fans haven't seen you live for I don't even know how long. I mean, you got to know if you did a tour right now, it's sold out arenas, 52 dates, if that's even something you would even want to do, you know?
I feel like if he went on tour, that he might have one of the largest grossing tours in the world. Just because, like what Kev just said, like the time that it's been since we've seen him perform and the following that he has.
Is that something you'd be interested in doing? Going and seeing the fans?
A year ago, I ain't want to. If I probably got off house arrest, it probably would have took all the way to this time of life for me to go on stage.
That's deep.
I think that's my cheat code. Stand off the stage.
I don't disagree with you. A lot of artists, they really have, even if they don't want to go on stage, this is kind of how you really make money for most artists.
But a lot of artists, they got great ass music, but it ain't gonna go if they don't touch that stage.
Right.
It ain't gonna go if they not on tour.
You have that's why when I said earlier, like you really are, you know, an enigma when you think of the music industry, because like you said, you haven't toured like most artists that are as successful as you are. And you do have kind of like, I think you have a lot of power, man. You have a lot of influence on this industry, period. I don't know a lot of people who were dropping music the way you drop music until you started doing it, you know?
It's because a lot of artists mind fucked. A lot of artists, they don't play the game I play. They worry about numbers. I ain't never gave a fuck about no numbers. I'm part of the food chain. Raw material, the supplier, then the buyer. And that's how all that shit add up like that. That's how when a nigga talk that shit, I can literally whip out a plate. And they got over 100 certifications on that bitch.
So
and
you have
it don't stop there.
100.
Did you hear what he just said?
Got over 100 certifications on that bitch.
So
and
you have
it don't stop there.
100.
It don't stop there.
100 gold and platinum records.
It's like a.
That's crazy.
What place sell food for? Albertsons.
Albertsons, Ralph's,
You walk
Smith's.
in Albertsons, you see all that motherfucking meat inside that freezer. You know damn well all of it ain't being bought, but I could guarantee you it's one person walking in that store at least buying something from each category a day.
Yeah.
And it's gonna add up.
Yo, that's smart.
That's the game you're playing.
I can't be fucked with.
That's smart, man. I'm really impressed with the, like, I was waiting to see how he was gonna kind of deliver the final, like, I understood what he was trying to say. He's saying other artists care too much about numbers, so they're worried that if they drop over and over and over again, like, how much did this album sell? 50? Okay, how much did this one sell? 20? I shouldn't have put that one out because it didn't sell well. He's saying he doesn't care about those variations. If he puts enough music out there, some of it's going to be for somebody, and overall, people are buying his stuff or listening to his stuff because he's got so much out there. And that grocery store analogy was very, very good. I'm super impressed by that. That was awesome.
I don't disagree. Numbers don't lie.
No.
They do not lie, man.
And everybody numbers being played with. If you pay attention, there's only no more than 5 artists that did big numbers this whole year.
This is true.
Hey, and I guarantee you, out of them 5, 3 of them artists' numbers was bought.
I think that a lot of that is starting to get exposed.
Fuck it, I ain't going that route.
Yeah, I think a lot of the stream farms. There's an artist that my boy from the label, he's working because I do radio, so he's working this record.
I know man, ain't not one thing scripted about me.
Yeah.
I ain't got nobody inside no label. I ain't got Jason telling me to go about something like this.
No, for sure, man.
Ain't shit scripted, so I know. Man, this shit's so real. This shit real life reality.
No, I
Hey,
appreciate
the
it.
real ones are gonna stick with me. They gonna fuck with me.
For sure. Yeah, I think
All through my flaws, they gonna run with me.
And I think, embracing your flaws, figuring out, kind of understanding what they are.
That's the problem I got with this game today, bro. I'm one of them niggas. I ain't always been a stand-up guy in every situation. Or I ain't always been right.
That's important to admit. Yeah.
Man, that's with every fucking man.
I respect him having at least the self-awareness to know that and acknowledge that. And I think that statement is accurate for everybody. I mean, there's certain situations in my life as straight and narrow, as proper as I may seem, there's certain situations in my life that I look back to and I'm like, man, I really wish I would not have acted that way or chosen that action or said that thing or been that way to that person or treated them this way. And there's moments I look back to, I feel very disappointed in myself that was the person I chose to be in that moment. But I think the self-awareness is what allows you to grow from it, because I would like to believe that if I was put in that situation today, because of my self-awareness, I would behave differently. So I respect that.
No, you're right, though. Me being here, you just reached out to me one day. I don't know what interview you saw mine, but you just had asked me, do you enjoy what you do? And it was randomly. You and I have never met. And I just hit you hey, dude, I'd love to talk to you one day. And, we made it happen. So I appreciate you opening up your home to me and, inviting me out to Utah, man. It is cold as hell out here. I almost ate shit on I wouldn't call it a snowmobile. It's like a snow scooter.
A moon bike, whatever.
A moon bike. That shit had me fucked up. My legs are really wet right now. For you, man, talk about just
You say your legs wet.
Oh yeah, my shit's all the way up to here.
All my fucking ass wet, man.
I mean, we are kind of sitting on a freshly clean couch.
Right in that horse. Yeah, and then the couch is clean. That's why we sitting on these.
It's damp for sure. We're damp right now. We're just in the snow, 100%.
Real talk.
I was gonna ask you, man, somebody who I think who is also very anti-industry, but is also very successful right now, and you have such a great chemistry and working relationship. You guys got a couple of songs that I love. Is Rod Wave. He is an amazing guy. He's from St. Pete, which I lived there for a long time.
That's somebody who will forever win in the game. I think he love what he do.
He's so good at it, man.
And I think he's so positive and so...
Yo, goosebumps right now. Listen, man, I love YoungBoy. I think that the realness he brings, I think the complexity, the contradictions, that's what makes us human. And I really appreciate that about him. But as I've said, I don't hurt any feelings, but just the type of music that I enjoy, Rod Wave is my favorite artist that you guys have shown me through my channel. So I'm really happy that they're talking about him right here.
I think he love what he do.
He's so good at it, man.
And I think he's so positive and so taking in the people. Ain't no way he could fail.
That's real. You've been known to do a collab project here or there. Would you guys ever do a whole tape together? Maybe like a little EP or something?
I think that'll be a setback for him.
You think so?
My image fucked up. I think I gotta stay in my own lane.
That's fair. You guys do got some couple great joints together, though.
Yeah,
How
the
often
new
are you
one was
like
really good.
discovering new artists? Because obviously you have your crew, you have your label, like your artists. But are you do you listen to much other music outside of your own stuff or your own guys? Like, are you tapped into like?
Not really. I know about a lot of artists though that I think the world don't know about. Well, I'll just say they underground, but I like Yeet.
You like Yeet?
I was saying like that's like Yeet.
Okay.
Yeet, I don't think Yeet underground no more.
He was, but he's not now.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of more artists like that that's to come.
Yeah, there's like guys like Destroy Lonely and Yeet and
Yeah, it's lonely hard.
yeah, no, yeah. I feel like there's a difference between being like underground because you're not necessarily commercial, but I think once you get to the point where you're getting 1 billion streams, I don't know how underground you could be, you know? Because I think some people still consider you, who are like just generic music fans, they might think that you're kind of like underground, but you're not. You're one of the biggest artists in the world. You know what I mean? So
That's because they live in a different world.
that's true.
They not into nothing like me.
He's smarter than I think people give him credit for, and I think he's also smarter than he sometimes portrays himself. Like I almost feel like he tries to make himself seem like kind of low key, but there's moments like this that really let you see that this is an intelligent person. He thinks really deeply, and he has like very good analysis of the world around him. That comment was brilliant because it's not about YoungBoy not being good or not being big or not being famous. It's about, well, what circle is that particular person a fan of, or what circle is that person, you know, a part of in terms of like the celebrities they follow, the lifestyles they follow, all of that stuff. And if it's not in that world, then they're not going to know who he is, regardless of how big he is. That was dope.
That's true.
They not into nothing like me.
I mean, you are a one-on-one, man. I will say that. I don't think there's any denying that. Does it matter to you, because you said earlier, when the industry says you are that, does the recognition of the quote-unquote industry from where you're at right now, does it even matter at all, even if it's at 1%?
I'm paid. I don't give a fuck, and that's all I want to be. I told you, you gotta learn when the jokes is on you. We ain't nothing but entertainment. And at the end of the day, we're the lowest people on earth because we got an image to keep up. It's hard to be yourself.
It is hard to be yourself.
That was deep too, man.
Man, you know how many niggas be wanting to come across that bitch and talk crazy about a woman, but won't because they know that shit tear that image down, and a lot of people don't like that, so they not gonna speak their mind. And it's a whole lot of different situations like that's different than that. They be eating people up, but they got this shit down packed. They ain't gonna let nothing play with their image, I guess.
Yeah, I think a lot of people get caught up in their image. I think a lot of people get caught up in their social media aesthetic, how they look online. Where it's like, at the end of the day, if you could just unapologetically be yourself at all times, it should work out for you. You know what I'm saying?
What type?
This is super deep for me because I think a lot of, so I'm open about my opinions on the channel. I mean, you know, the current situation that's going down in the Middle East. And I've been very vocal about it. I share stuff on my Instagram about it, and I've mentioned in a few videos about it. And I wanted to be clear that this is my stance and this is what I believe. And if somebody has a problem with that, then they know, like, I'm not hiding anything. But I think that what happens is that when you sign on to things, when you do stuff with people, you partner, you start becoming more and more trapped. Like there's more chains and more shackles on you to different opinions and different standards and different limitations of what you can and can't do. And you end up in this position that he's describing where you can't be any version of yourself because everything has to be checked. Can I say this? Well, these companies are okay with you saying this, but these ones aren't. So I'd stay away from it. And now you have to check everything. And that must suck.
yourself at all times, it should work out for you. You know what I'm saying?
Or turned out bad.
I mean, it could turn out bad. I mean, like,
God, they go so tired they get to starting to feel like, oh, he really a piece of shit. But this nigga ain't got no type of morals or sympathy. But then again, they just don't know, like, he probably one of the most soft-hearted people walking the earth. One of the most giving ever. But all that shit don't matter when their opinion come about.
I think society does a really bad job at judging people because mostly we judge people off their worst moments.
I'm against society.
But think about it, like,
I just know today, like, hurting people ain't the way. It hurt to hurt somebody.
right.
Yeah, but I don't give a fuck about that.
Nah, I mean, listen, I think people like to judge people off of their low points in life. You might have one bad night, make one bad decision.
But I'm not, man, I swear, if it was anything to show you, I want you to see all my low points in life.
No, you've been very transparent with that.
I wouldn't want you to see shit.
Right. You mentioned you went to rehab recently. Is that something that has you found helpful?
Yeah, I really needed it time. And I met some very cool people. And I was accepted in a way I never was before.
That's dope.
So
man.
I love that place.
Was it in like a 12-step meeting? Did you do like a 12-step meeting, where you like everyone sits down, everyone shares their thoughts? I've been in some meetings before.
I think they cleared the house out for me as I arrived, just to let me check it out.
Yeah. It's important, man. I think to be self-aware enough to know, hey, I gotta go see somebody. It's important.
I love being high.
I think everyone loves being high. It's just what comes after that.
It's just, it's not the time.
Right.
It's not the time at all.
Yeah, I love being high as well, and drunk and all of that stuff. I've been in my own personal, situations, especially with alcohol, man. Alcohol's a motherfucker, bro. Because you'll be having the best night of your life, and it goes left like that.
Tell me about it.
Man, have you fucked up. Now you gotta go to court.
I love to pop that shit when I'm drunk.
Yeah.
I love to
you start drinking,
I
you start...
love to pop that shit.
When you, like...
Bitch, I tell you about yourself. Oh, fuck you.
Would you say,
I have some stuff to say.
Everybody's complicated. But a lot of times when we see you online, right, and you're popping your shit, is it let's say, not necessarily recently, but would you be drinking at the time most of the time? Or?
No, that's 100% me.
I mean, listen, alcohol brings out the truth.
No, I'm talking about I be sober.
Oh, okay.
That's 100% me. I rarely let them catch me.
That's real.
Nah, for real. That 100% me. Fuck you, that's how I'm really feeling. I love you. That's really genuine.
Who are somebody, you've had some big homies in the rap game. Obviously, Birdman, Kevin Gates, go on and on, shout to Gates. Who are some people who consistently check in on you and your well-being that aren't necessarily trying to get a feature or ain't trying to, get something from you? Is there anybody at all in the music industry who...
I don't really talk to nobody, but if I told a stunner most of the time, I could tell you about these niggas, though. You get your soul hurt. You get your soul hurt meeting somebody and finding out that
It ain't who you think they are.
Nah, fuck no. Then a nigga get mad how thorough you is. Bitch ass nigga get to speaking on you like you ain't who you say you is or something.
So Birdman's been pretty consistent, of making sure he...
That's the five.
Yeah. A legend. Obviously, I'm sure you learned a lot from him.
He with anything I'm on. Literally.
Shout out to Birdman, man. How's the... I know you just dropped an album. You just dropped another single.
I have mixed feelings about Birdman just because of the whole Lil Wayne situation, but I'm glad that he has like a positive, thing with him.
With your current situation, I know you got like a one of one type of situation. How long is your deal with Motown Capital? Because you could burn through it. I feel like you could burn through a record contract in like 3 months if you really wanted to, like a traditional one, obviously.
But that's the problem. That's the problem. Like I'm caught up right now.
Like
So
you're free to do whatever you want, obviously.
Yeah, but I ain't trying to give out shit free, cause I see they ain't trying to take care of me. So everything gotta be counted for, or drop me. And let me show you some shit.
Would you ever consider going fully independent with you?
So he, if I'm understanding this correctly, is he like a little bit unhappy with his Motown deal at this point? Possibly?
With building an infrastructure and a team out where you can just say, I'm gonna do me.
My life ain't set up that way. I'm down for it though. I ain't gonna fail. But shit.
Like one day maybe. Maybe not currently.
Yeah, hopefully one day, but I want that money, man.
I mean, money's important, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we do what we do, right?
Sometimes that's the only thing, and in some situations that's the only thing that got your back.
The money?
Your money.
That's some real shit. Well, listen, man, I appreciate you having me out.
I appreciate you for coming, bro.
I had a great time with it, bro. I think we were supposed to make a song, but we'll do it another time, I guess.
Real tough.
I look forward to just seeing the rest. I mean, look, 2024 is coming. I know you're gonna have a big year. I just appreciate the hospitality, man. I know you don't do a lot of these, so it's a big deal, for me to be up here, to me. So, thank you, and man, for sure, bro. It was a fun time.
Come back anytime without the camera.
Yeah, for sure. I'll come back with the camera. I'll bring my kid with me. You know what I'm saying? We'll hop on the horse.
That's hard, for sure. Go sleigh riding with the dogs.
The sleigh riding. That sounds fun.
That's what I'm trying to put together right now for my video.
Let me know. I'll pull up, man. I'll bring the kid, no cameras. We'll just have fun.
That's
Bring a
dope.
grade digging trucks. I got a lot of RC cars.
Yeah, you got the Can-Ams and everything. Yeah, no, for sure. And then I'm gonna bring you an actual grave digger truck,
sure.
a monster truck. It's a monster truck. You know that, right?
My dream is to turn a Rolls Royce truck into a grave digger.
Oh, that'd be fucking crazy. I mean, I'm sure you could just make that happen tomorrow if you want. You just gotta find the guy to do it,
Now, certain luxury brand companies like Ferrari, they don't like any sort of like modifications or stuff. So I wonder if Rolls Royce has anything like that.
Well, I appreciate you, man. Stay safe. I love to see your growth, man. I think that's something that I've publicly said in interviews. Like, I just love to see when people are self-aware and they grow, because who we are yesterday and who we are today and who we're going to be tomorrow is not who we are today. So, much love, bro. Appreciate you, man.
For sure, man. Thank you.
Young boy.
5.
Can we show some love to our family at Hardin? Man, shout out to Hardin. Insta Hardin, baby.
All right. That was dope, man. Just one thing I wanted to say, like I was saying, I have a thought, and I just thought I kind of could like maybe circle back to it when they were talking specifically about the drugs and the alcohol. And it's a thing that maybe not everybody understands, but I think what it is sometimes when you're going through stuff, it's like humans, like we have a hard time dealing with trauma as it is. Then you add all the conditions that the world puts on us. So as a guy, again, like there's certain rules for how you're supposed to emote and react and be, and that doesn't always mesh well with the raw emotion that a trauma can cause. And just so I can kind of like relate to one of the things he said, I love being high. And like when I went through my problem, and I don't know if you guys remember me sharing the story, but it was it was right after one of my best friends, Max, he'd gotten in an altercation. He got stabbed. He got killed. He died on the way to the hospital. And I was 17. I was 17, and I didn't have the tools to deal with it, but I had access to some stuff. So I just remember craving that feeling where I couldn't think straight. And if I couldn't think straight, I couldn't think about what had just happened and the fact that Max wasn't around anymore. And then I started to love that feeling. And so like when he talked about that, like that was a very, very real moment for me, because it reminded me of a moment in my past. And then, you fast forward like a few years after that, where I went through, I was with a person that I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with, and it ended very, very badly. And my choice during that time was alcohol abuse. And it was the same thing. Like the fact that I couldn't remember what had happened the night before or what I did or where I was very appealing to me, because I didn't want to think or know what was happening. And then I started to love that feeling of like not knowing until I didn't. Then I really hated it. And so anyways, it's just something I wanted to share, that part. I appreciate like how vulnerable that interview was and how it touched on some really important topics, especially for men. So yeah, if you guys are still here, I appreciate you spending your time with me. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.